Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with Jesse W. I am Jesse W. And today I have a stock recap for you today. We traded stock KTOV, had news, good chart setup, awesome looking daily, but the overall markets really held it down. Come on over to the other side and let's take a look and see how that trade went on. Come on, let's go. So today's stock was KTOV. That's what I was looking for. It was my favorite price point, more or less, just above $1. Had news, low float, good volume, and I thought, this was going to be a good stock. Now, I didn't want to start trading until next week, Monday, but when I saw this on my gap scanner this morning, I saw that it had some news, and I saw that, the flow, it basically had everything that I check off in order to put it on my watch list. And it was my number one stock to watch this morning, and I decided to look in and see what we could find and see if there was any opportunities we could capitalize on. So this morning, what I did was I went ahead, and when we started to hold this VWAP area, which was right in front of this lower day and the 50-day moving average, which I'll show you right here, this blue line, 50-day moving average, which was at 114 actually, right there, 114. When we started to hold that on decent volume, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and look for a spot to get in on this stock. I ended up taking my first order, which was just 500 shares at $1.21. And then I was looking at a break of this pivot right here that you see on my screen at 124. 124, 125. I was looking for a break of that pivot, thinking that we would get a quick little squeeze and we would go immediately up to higher day. And if volume was significant, we would break higher day and move up. So I was looking to make that play right there. My initial entry was $1.21 with a stop at $1.14. And my ad would have been at 124 with bringing my stop up to $1.20. Okay. And that's exactly what I did. Here are my orders. I'm showing to you right now, right there. Buy 121, buy 124. I ended up selling at 127, and you will see why. We went ahead and broke through. Once we did this candle right here, I added when we broke over 124, and I held through this little quick push, which had me concerned because I don't like this upper wick. We had nice increase in volume, and we started to pull in. When we started to pull back in here, I started to notice, okay, we have the trade line, which is the 9 EMA, crossing over VWAP. Let's see if that holds support. It did. And then on this candle here, we had another push up to 132, another push on this doji to 135. And as it came back down, you see right there, 127. I ended up getting out right in there, right in that area. I ended up getting out on a market order. Why? Because it was a doji. We had an increase in volume, which was great, but we just didn't get that breakthrough. We didn't get that breakthrough. I believe it was either in that candle or in this candle here when I got out at 127. We didn't get that breakthrough that I wanted. And I suspected we would have a flush down and I'd get stopped out for a loss. So I figured if I can stop out at break even or even a tiny little profit, then I would. And that's exactly what I did. I stopped out and I made $30.80 after commissions. I let this play out. I kept on watching, and as you can see, we did, come back down here, retest that area, which is the lower day, which is great. Maybe that's another possible entry for someone. Not for me. I did record this live. It is a long trade. It took me 23 minutes to get in and out of this trade. So we're just going to fast forward a little bit here. Here you'll see that I'm going to start putting in my orders. I wanted to test out just 500 shares to start. First trade of the year. Didn't want to have any issues with any, nasty flushes. You can see here as the stock is starting to move up. I'm hovering always over the sell button just because that is going to be, my stop. I don't use live stops usually. I use mental stops because a lot of times you'll get flushes that aren't really, it's just market makers trying to, destroy and get cheap shares. So you can see here, this trade was really long. We start pulling on down. My stop, was 114. Thankfully, we never got on down there. We hovered always above, and there was always some big support coming in. You can see here 116, 10,000 shares. 110 had 29,000 shares, but I was not going to let it go down to 110. You know, I was playing it where I wanted. See right here, you see that push right there? That's where I add. Let's see if we can catch it. So where we go, I'm hovering over the buy button because I'm suspecting that we're going to push. And here we go, watch. Here we go. You see all that green printing? You see all that green printing? Bam, I'm in, I added. I quickly come over here, and this is the montage I'm going to use to scale out. And we'll see volume start to increase. I start to get extremely confident at that point on this trade idea. And I wanted to sell, you know, half at $1.39, and then I wanted to sell more between $1.45, $1.50. I wanted to sell more. And then I was going to hold on to a little piece, see if we get a bigger extension, and maybe make a move up to the 200-day average, which, as you can see right here, was at $1.90. That was my back of the mind target. So this trade was completely planned out already in my mind. We're starting to see, you know, a lot of selling at 120, 128, 130. We see, you know, 134. We see a lot of big asks there, and that's pretty much what holds this stock down. See here how we start to like test out and then just pull back. I say to myself, okay, we got VWAP in the trade line converging at 120. That'll be my stop. So we come all the way down there and we test it. But I love the action that we're getting right there. It's just perfect. It's beautiful action. Like everything indicated here that we were going to go higher. At the same time, we had the Dow dropping tremendously. Like right now as I'm talking, it's down 500 points. So, you know, I think maybe that had something to do with how the market was reacting and how this stock was behaving. This is where I ended up selling, I believe. Maybe you caught it there if you're looking. When we get that big wick right there and the volume, as you can tell, isn't really increasing yet. We ended up, you know, just, yep, that's where I sold out. So this is where I sold out because we had that wick on no increase in volume. And as you can see, we ended up retracing just like I thought. Just the only difference is we made, what is this? We made it right up to that high of 135, which is already the high of day. And then we retraced. So yeah, I left some money on the table, definitely. I could have made a lot more, probably double. But it is what it is. Green trade, first trade of the year, KTOV. Let's see what the rest of the year has in store, guys. I hope you're having a great morning, excellent start to your trading year. And let me know what you traded. What did you trade today? How did that work out? What was your plan? All right, guys, don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe. Share the channel with your friends, and let's keep it alive. Talk to you later.